Welcome everyone. Thank you for being patient and my bad for messing up the new Whooper redeem. I'm glad to see Fish is very enthusiastic about shiny hunting, to say the very least. I'm probably going to tweak the cooldown time, but it is real. There is a shiny Pokemon hiding in there. Pokemon Whooper. Mirror music, and yet we are not in the mirror realm. Well, that's the other redeem that we've introduced today. Thank you for lining me up, Grillaming. And yeah, the other new redeem we have for you today is Mirror Realm. This only works when we're in game, and if it's redeemed early, I'll just store it and do it once we get into the game. But yeah, I've made it real and it works and it looks very pretty and it's got blue. It has blue. Anyway, yes. As you guys may have noticed, I am currently extremely hyped about a certain game to have maybe be coming soon. It's coming, trust me. Silksong is going to turn up at the Nintendo Partner Direct. You're gonna have to believe me on this one. The delusion is gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing. It's gonna work. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be there. I'm gonna get a release date, and it's gonna be fantastic, and everyone's gonna be very happy. Delusion posting, yeah. But you gotta believe this one. This is the one. Silk, what now? Yeah, I've no clue either, Jasmine. Anyway. Who have we got in here today? I have to scroll a long way to get to the top. Quantucat, welcome in. Thank you for being patient and not redeeming stuff immediately. Hotek, thank you for turning up and for understanding not to redeem anything early. Fish, Jesus fucking Christ. Grillaming, welcome in. Yeah, 2 different Whooper redeems now, 1 because I figured and fixed things. Embers was in there as well, buried in the Fish redeems. To answer your earlier question, Grillaming, why are there 2 of them? I don't know. It just kind of turned up. And yeah, it's not shiny, not this time. Every now and again we're just gonna get not shiny appear on the screen and everyone will be extremely disappointed. If you do find the shiny, it will stay shiny for the rest of the stream, and I might make it the next stream as well because of how rare it is. It is basically the rarity of a normal Pokemon, which is a 1 in 496. Who else do we have here? Baller's at lower, but Bagels, I can read your name. What's up, Buttercups? The Whooper redeems is up. Baller, Jasmine, yeah, that is everyone. Welcome in. Wait, did you type not shiny out 4,095 times on this wheel spinny website? No, it's slightly different. I have to use a .text file to store all of the answers, and there's 4,095 instances of not shiny on that on that text file, and 1 instance of shiny. So good luck, happy hunting. I can probably bring it up on screen. That would be extremely funny. Yeah. If I add a window capture and tell it to capture Notepad, you can see it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And the shiny is somewhere here. It doesn't look like I'm scrolling, but I'm scrolling. Where is it? This is the top. Yeah. It's roughly at 200. There it is. There it is. There it is. It's there. What is that font? It is Super Eurobeat. That is the font. Yeah. Line 200. It's there. Remove that window capture. Yes, please. Yeah, and the other one is the Mirror Realm, which you would be able to afford, Grillaming, if you didn't gamble it all away. That being said, I think we've dillied and dallied for long enough, and we're gonna hop into a new game, Bad End Theatre. New name for you, gambling. So this is the normal one, and the Mirror Realm kind of looks something like this, and it's got the pooper in the corner. But for now we're like this. Hoteg, do I play this windowed or full screen? Because One Shot is better played windowed. Is this another kind of that game? It's popped up windowed. If you're there, Hoteg. Else I'm just gonna capture full screen. Because I think you've played it. Either way, game capture, Bad End Theatre. There it is, and we're not Francais. He's not here. He's not here. Time to talk shit about him. Sound effects. Nami presents. That is, ugh. I don't fuck with that UI design. Oh, content warning, blood, gore, violence, and strong language. Damn. I suppose it's called the Bad End Theatre for a reason. The game seems to be a little quiet, but that's fine. We've had worse. It'll flashback you as soon as Brazilians rise up. Wait, I've noticed the game isn't fully centered like this. That's better for you guys. Let's enter. Welcome to Bad End Theatre. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. The first scene is me tomorrow when Silksong is inevitably not at the partner direct. And then the very last scene is going to be January 1st, 2026, when Silksong still hasn't come out, and I'm crying about it because it was in the first Nintendo Direct, and it was confirmed, and it was for 2025, and I'm just crying. Anyway, let's move on. But first, allow me to explain how it works. Begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you would like. You are the human or the I'm going to pick human. Oh, the little scrolling text at the bottom. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. Hell yeah. How will you interact with the demon doll? Play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This try controlling the other doll. You are the demon doll. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Play nice? How could this possibly end badly for us? You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Now we are struck down by Lucifer. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theatre whatsoever. A comically large piano falls from the top of the stage. And now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behaviour in advance. As you just saw, these behaviours will automatically be set to whatever you chose during your last playthrough, but now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theatre actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behaviours on and off to see the different outcomes. Human doll. How will I interact with the demon doll? So then, if I attack it and he's playing nice, what oh yeah, damn. What if I get a good ending again? Yay! I'm done. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Me when directional audio, hell yeah. The hero. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Like 3 people use the word swell, I'll be honest. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told that a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden, but demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. Hating the word swell? What's your issue, man? I'm just saying it's a unique word. Waffcake, welcome in. Good to see you here. We are playing Bad End Theatre, where every ending is bad. Probably. This is why I don't like the word swell. I am secretly what is it? I'm a sleeper agent to just hate words that rhyme with farewell. Having such a swell day today. Okay. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stand in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask if they'll let us in after we've just murked 2 of them. Yeah! You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. Ah yes, it is I, John Bob Lemon Femboy. I feel like the name gets longer every single stream. They can't help but notice demon blood from earlier that you haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You had no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more XP for you. Can't wait what monstrosity will be added this stream. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask where the maiden is. Woo, murder! Yeah, right? She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. Anyway, yeah, welcome in, Dolphin Diver. Good to see you here. Good to have you in here. Have you played this game at all? Have you seen it at all? I must know. And have you picked up Amori yet? Or have you been busy with other things? Oh, speaking of which, I'll DM later. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. I'm banning you, Quantu Cat. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces, the Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle, unfortunately find no sign of the maiden within the walls. You've heard of said game, never played or seen it though, been busy with other things, as you put it, to play Amori, unfortunately, so it's just sitting in your library. Fair enough. I have been thinking about picking up Amori on stream. Yeah. This feels like more like a genocide than a heroic adventure, not very swell. Yeah. Yeah. This guy, by the way, this guy can just defeat an entire castle filled with demons. This guy can just do that. I do not think Omori is a good stream game. Fair enough. Neither is this, I don't think. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel... I came here to escape it. No. Hollow. Leave me alone. Ah. Ah. Yeah, we are currently now a hollow what? Hero, that's what it was. I don't know what you guys were thinking. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? Jesus Christ, your timing was shit. You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. Yeah, you just committed, like, mass murder. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Oh my god, this is ReZero. Failed hero end. Reset the stage. I see. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we'll probably be lurking the stream muted. I haven't played this game and don't want to be spoiled. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Do enjoy. We've just got our first of 41 endings. Underling. Okay, John Bob Lemon Femboy here with the first crack theory of the stream. The Overlord was the swell maiden, but you were too filled with bloodlust to notice she wasn't a demon. Also, your Wi-Fi is terrible here. We are the underlings. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're going to go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. But she gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about you complain about the overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. Huh? You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's... not? You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, a life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. I can't believe the demon overlord sent the adversaries to prevent me from watching the stream. Yeah, word. Cringe. We'll run it back, Dolphin Diver. Totally not overthrowing authority, lame. Yeah, but what if... hear me out, what if the demon overlord's really hot though? What if? What if? How on earth is the underling more introspective than the hero? What? That time is a... This is a shit isekai, jeez. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. Hero, young and courageous slayer of demons who fights to protect humans. Oh, what? We're gonna save here. What? No. Return. What did I even do? Was it right click or... right click. I see. I see. Oh, this is like... some of you might have seen Class of 09? Class of 09, I think it is, off the top of my head. It has a similar system. That would have been nice to know in the damn tutorial. Yeah, it's Class of 09. A visual novel which is equally as dark and what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this hasn't been that dark so far, right? But you're still going to be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. Oh no! We did just commit genocide, but it was just a little bit of genocide, and it was justified because it was a human character slaying a bunch of non-humans. They were slightly different to him, and therefore it's justified for him to go in and kill all of them. You see? It's completely justified. Yeah, she seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up, hungry. Tell her to quit yelling. You're right, it's okay if it's a minority. No! Shut up. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Besties! Now she started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. I love the underling's little smile, bro. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? Right? That's crazy. If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for each of them to have their own language? Yeah, right? The maiden was actually an underling in disguise due to the societal pressures, which means it'd be shameful if they date. It's labeling people as non-human, then mistreating them. That totally does not have any ties to the real world. Yeah, there are no examples that are currently happening, have happened, or very likely will continue happening and will happen long after we're gone as well. Maybe not even long after this bunch is done, which totally does not have, is entirely thank you, my apolitical streamer. Look, I studied history and I understand why elves hate humans. What do you mean we're doing fascism again? Wasn't it bad enough the first time? Anyway. Underling actually smart. Wow, yeah. I love how the underling maybe doesn't understand a lot about the world, but is currently the smartest protagonist, and it isn't even close. To be fair, we did go with the hero and like, oh no, they're gonna murder all our friends in the Overlord. Oh no! No. Shit. Getting ready for the AI discrimination. My son ain't gonna be dating no beep booper. No, we already have slurs for robots, and it's from the Star Wars community. This maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line from what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Clanker. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but the hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. Hey, you gotta censor it. I'll hunt down one of my sound effects, and yeah, I'll do that. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. Guys, I was right. She's hot. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends had even considered overthrowing her. Bro fumbled under zero pressure. She gives you a look and you say, that was a joke, of course. Bro fumbled the easy. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's time for a nap. My heart, bro. I can't just watch this underling go from smart to not smart. Just like that. Time to go into hiding. And now we all die because the hero's here. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. Here he is. You emerge from your room to find that the hero's slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. You're going to become the next Guy Fawkes if this continues. I should be using my save states. Let's avenge our fallen comrades. Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like it's some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You lunge out while he's busy driving his sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for some of his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious underling end. Nice! Look how you captured the one person I was trying to capture. You left your room without permission. You're a naughty underling. For the Overlord! We're gonna load this. Yes, I'd love to load my save. I'm gonna save myself. Fuck this shit, nah. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. This is actually a really nice ending. Like, yeah, he died, but the underling is pretty much a true hero here. Yeah, word. You also feel guilty, thinking as you flee the castle, until you remember the role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from humans or demons. Wherever you'll live peacefully alone in some deep dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling. Nice. Which means... Oh yeah, we can just overwrite saves. No, we can go here. Can we coup d'etat now? No, we can go eat the maiden. That also doesn't sound that bad. Yeah, but all of your friends you've known for bad ending because Demon Mommy probably died. Because she does die. There's no way around it. You know how strong that hero is. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, we're gonna eat this motherfucker. Delicious. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name, strike back against humans. I'm gonna place a bet that this is level 1 underling to level 1000 demon overlord path. You start devouring the maiden without so much of a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Other humans will surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Where's this hero? Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. I mean, if some underling can escape the overlord, the overlord could too, and we didn't see her die. That's true. But she would stand and fight at the very least. She was there when we were the hero, after all. But we don't know, yeah. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. Unsurprisingly, if you eat the maiden, bad things happen. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show? We're going to overwrite this one because we've exhausted that one. Let's put on a show. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience's screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. As he takes you out in one swift blow, you're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. GG? GG no re. Yes, please load this save. Change your mind and leave. Now though, because we're gonna become the demon overlord. This ain't no isekai. We are underling. We have a shit-eating grin. And we delay Silksong. You figure if the people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any of the terrible acts you'd commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. After a few hours, yeah, we're there then. Menu. Nope. What is this? We can exit, return to character select. Yeah. You know, maybe we should be happy for the underling, that he always ends happy. Maybe you'd be better at eating the hero. You're on load. Yeah. What if we run it again? Yeah. Yeah. Let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest that maybe you should be the new overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take the day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. Change of atmosphere. What if we do this? And then... So now we're disloyal. Oh, we didn't mention the revolution that's on its way. Do we join the hero to fight it? Nope. So if we're gonna be disloyal, if we're gonna have disloyal as here, if we go back to hero, you're the hero. Flee like a coward. Yeah, forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. You can't return now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. On your way to the... You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know, like, the Overlord's castle's, like, right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. She can't be trusted. Pacifist run. Yeah, we'll do a pacifist run. Why do you die if you don't trust? That is an excellent question. You have no reason to assume she's lying. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. So the reason why she wasn't in the castle when we committed genocide, because she was already went home, lol. Yeah, this game is 90% save scumming, which is awesome. It's not save scumming, it's exploring alternative routes. I think you get jumped and die if you say you don't believe her. There's one way to find out. We'll get back to it, save scum. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look at you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens, or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle on how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally. Just in case. We go back to the demon castle, and it's in complete disarray. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. This is the Demons Explode the Village arc. Why does he have a belt on his forehead? Have you never heard of Fashion Fish? Have you never heard of Aura? Have you never... It looks cool, okay? In case he needs it on his waist. He has a belt on his waist as well. The town's elder voice breaks you out of your thoughts. More belts equals cooler. Do you know how many belts Jotaro Kujo has? He has like 3 around his waist anyway. And he's basically just got buckles on his hat. Is it his hat or is it his hair? It is his hat because it does get knocked off once. Jotaro Kujo is an exception to literally anything? Not really. I don't think. He implores you to meet with the demon overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. Could the chain around Mession's neck be considered a belt? Damn, we're getting philosophical today. No, he's just like that. No, I think that's a collar because he's a No, it's a collar because there was no other way I was going to wear this this gemstone. All right? There are no other reasons for which I am wearing a collar. Secret character who got bit by vampire in the lore. Bro got that dog in him. You could have worn the vampire mask. I am the vampire. Do you not see my teeth? Anyway. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? Could you hypothetically attach a leash to the collar? What are you implying? Technically, this is a necklace. Kind of. He's wearing a collar because he wants the Overlord to walk him around in a leash. No, don't tell them. No. And I picked a collar. True. That is true. Sorry. You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. When she suddenly takes off running, oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously some kind of liar and a witch from the start. Fetish cunt. What the fuck, bro? I remember the scene in part 3 of Mezion's Bizarre Adventure where Mezion got by that fox guy. Village genocide ARG Fog. When we next force him into a maid outfit with catches, then I think. God, I'm probably seeing him in September as well. This is not looking good for me, Jesus Christ. This is when Azrael appears. People are shouting for you to hunt her down and her demon friends down already, but that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel that these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You only had to take the eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. Why does he look like a character from Johto? I wouldn't know. I've never seen anything Pokemon related. I have to play an actual Pokemon game at some point. Maiden is an arsonist? No, because we picked Disloyal with the demon underling earlier. Shit's on fire. Yeah, Dolphin Diver gets it. Wait, it's against the Overlord. No! Yeah. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. Maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. If evil, why hot? So true. I remember that scene in part 1 of Mezion's Bizarre Adventure, where Mezion and Valari burnt down an orphanage. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. It wasn't just an orphanage. Learning a lot about Twitch chatters today. You're one of them, Gremlin. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander, hero, and A? Well, we're gonna have to exit the theatre and play as the Oh, do we play as the Overlord or the claimed? Yeah. Do we play as the Overlord or the Maiden? Oh, because he's hungry. Not shiny. You are not shiny. Neither, because they locked. No, we can just pick them. You are not shiny. Yeah. We'll save the best for last. And yeah. Thank you for redeeming your daily Ember Shard. You are a maiden. You live peacefully in the village next to the spooky demon overlord's castle. Yeah, we can just pick them. All 4 characters were locked at the beginning of this. Mezian, you are a maiden. Yeah, and I was also a demon underling. You were told that you were fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you are beautiful. You're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. Yeah, but you're a demon underling and a demon hero. Couldn't you select hungry for the underling and try the same path as the hero? Yeah, we were hungry. I don't know. So does this mean you're maiden IRL too? Maiden Valari. Oh god. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon sounds like a pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were to just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon. Just to, you know, see what happens. Not long after your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. That time as a failed hero... That time I was... That time a failed hero... That time I failed as the hero, so I got reincarnated as a demon underling, and after the demon overlord refused to give me a day off, I accidentally started a revolution, then got reincarnated as myself again and became more passionate for evolution, and so on and so forth. If the Elden Demon Lord is what you seek, maidenless you are. I'm stopping that bit there or else it's going to get so long. Take your time. Introduce myself. We get eaten alive. You tell the demon your name and explain you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps and starts biting. A lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything. Of course, this was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you're swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Consumed maiden ending. Rip. Load this one, please. Yes. Yeah, because we picked hungry for the underling, remember? So we just get eaten, so we have to shout and then get eaten. You yell, but a hero does not come. If we go as the underling and then... oh yeah, we just overwrite that save. We're gonna keep disloyal for now. And then... tell her to quit yelling. Yeah, word. Why is he... why is he... I get reincarnated as myself every morning when I wake up. Honestly, you could probably get away with that. Why are you still dutiful? Why are you dutiful? Hang on. No, we're just going to go back to character select. And we're going to run this one. On the character select screen, are you not able to switch it by clicking the boxes? We'll check in a moment. The adversaries are back to haunt me. You will have your vengeance. Yeah. Oh god. I'm going to introduce myself. The demon doesn't seem to really be listening to you, which is a little irritating. Look at him. I fucking love this little guy. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk, you were introduced. Oh, she lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what a cruel punishment awaits them. If evil, why hard? But to your surprise, she lets him off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the overlord turns to you, looking very interested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. Honestly, you kind of ship the maiden and the demon overlord. We'll see if we can make it happen. Maiden. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. If you insist on staying and to talk with her more. The overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude! You just got here. I see it, guys. No, we're staying here. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. Make it happen on your own. Obedient. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realise they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. I mean, I would never disobey Demon Mummy, but that would take me away from Demon Mummy. How troubling. Indeed. Woot! There's no A. You got. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realise that must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the overlord on behalf of your village. Now the hero arrives and murders everyone. And we save the demon overlord. Yes, I see the vision, guys. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives just the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? No. No comments. Even if she were to capture you now, you think of this place as far more interesting than the way things are back home. While this game might have words in it, you kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Imagine being the Overlord, specifically telling everyone not to fuck with the village, and suddenly one of your stupid underlings comes back, tells you they flat out ate a maiden, and you suddenly hear the hero approaching. I would be crashing out. I would summon Maharaga. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You'll feel butterflies in your stomach. Gang, it's happening. As you think of that, a hero enters the room. I knew it! Why is that auto-modded? Why is that? I know what you are. I am going to go and fix gay people tomorrow morning, 10 AM. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realise he must have been sent to retrieve you. I've already allowed it onto, don't worry. Confused, the hero asks what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole thing hadn't led to any horrible consequences. How's the rest of the castle looking, bud? Jesus Christ. You apologise for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return the village with him to give everyone in the news of your safety. The Yuri ending, it's so peak. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. Oh my god. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. No, we picked the disloyal. No. Is the Overlord all right? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. The Yuri, doomed Yuri, guys. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick, you can hardly breathe. You realise you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. But the fire has spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. No, the hero didn't step into the castle. This is all because I hit the wrong option on the menu. The hero is not coming. Bro was choked out by the smoke. If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless Maiden End B. You can choose them. That is good. You are not disloyal, okay? Not disloyal. You are trusting. Yuri will never deserve. We need end A. You're polite. We are not OB. Right. Yeah. Get to the good part. Introduce yourself. Yeah. Does the building still burn down? No, we're staying here. We're doing the Yuri ending. Why is it on fire? Why is it on fire? No. What if we're disobedient? Or disobedient to our hearts? You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve! You're very upset that the so-called hero would treat you this way, and you leave in a huff. No, I don't think the hero burned it down because we were walking back and it was on fire like halfway back. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely called you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero? They ask. You could never have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. How have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and the voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. That escalated quickly. Unsurprisingly, it escalated to public execution. Now this is deserved. Jesus Christ, Philip. No Overlord clutch up, because we haven't run as the Overlord yet. You have always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbours, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. Executed Maiden end. That is probably my least favourite ending so far. Yes, demons are horrible creatures, therefore you couldn't return back by yourself without a hero. Therefore we must be conspiring with them, therefore demons are horrible. Indeed. Romeo and Juliet, except Juliet gets killed by her family. Oh, I know why the castle's set on fire. This is bad end theatre. We should have seen this one coming. Right. Lovely. What if we do another run as the maiden, but you're dutiful and you are hungry. If you call for him, does he answer? Shout for a hero to come save you. Damn. Rip. Of course. The Yuri's going to be doomed, you're right. The underling endings were just too positive and got your hopes up. Well, someone's going to have tragedy. What if it was called good end theatres and the endings were good? Just a thought. Right, reset the stage. We're going to turn that off and turn that off. And we're just going to ride it out and with the Overlord. Good ending with the Overlord? Oh, Yes, please. All endings would be the good ending with the Overlord. Okay. Underling death means no castle fire, which might end up with Overlord. You're the Overlord. Mummy, I mean Overlord. I mean the Lord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Yeah, but even when the underling isn't rebellious, it burns down. We don't know why it's burning down. With any luck, we're going to find out here. Chat is a completely undisguised fetish. It's not undisguised. It's on for all to see. That's because he starts a revolution every time. Shit, right. All because he couldn't stay at his post. Unbelievable. Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, yeah. You're the Overlord, yeah. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans and hope they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to this whole Overlord thing, and if you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. Hey, Dolphin Diver. It's a branch of, it's an understandable branch of, but you remind yourself, everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into believing the evil overlords they expect. That's just big on women. You think they're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the highest standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one comes here anyway. The day off! You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Grant them the day off! You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They say thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. Day off and the maiden pull up and no revolution of marriage. Yeah. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's the maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. Maybe if it's the hero POV, we could get the Yuri ending. That'd probably be bad from the hero's POV. That's true. The maiden then goes to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? Lowercase I. You really don't understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. Yo! Look, let me just have false hope. It's kind of my thing with stuff like Silksong, I was gonna say, Silksong Copa's over here. Yuri is reciprocal. Let's go! Let's go! Yes, the villagers will attempt to rescue still, because they're incredibly racist. A free run turns up, they're all dead. You wonder what to say. Let her stay for a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as to not agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people in my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. I can't believe the village people... YMC are human supremacists. That's fucked up. I know, right? It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought the humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that you've maybe been lying to her this whole time, and then you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. Word! So true! The people in her village are exhausting at times, she says. Yeah, they execute you in another ending, I'll be for real. You can't tell if she's into you or not. It's canon! Cinema! Absolute cinema. I fucking love this game. This is now one of my favorite games of all time. You're interrupted by another human at your doorway. This time it's a hero. It's canon. How is one streamer being more down bad than the entire chat, Lamau? That being said, you. Top 10 games, not gonna lie. Yeah, word. I am so glad to be here. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumoured to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? This is way better than Love Island. Easily so. Sees two lesbians, instantly his favourite game. Hot Demon Overlord. Sorry, what? Demon Overlord. That's how it works. Yeah, word. After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. You die? We die to the hero if we try to keep it. Honestly, when asked to describe my type from now on, I will just point at both the maiden and the overlord, and that will be my answer. Yeah. Oh, the house burns down. We're gonna see all the endings anyway. We're save scumming, remember? I've already saved, don't worry. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? No, we're not yippying that. We've been known... everyone here finds her hot, so it's like the entire premise of the stream at this point. Yeah, word. Until your door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. I can't believe that you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Oh, we just straight up just die. Damn. We're gonna load from here. Yes. And the reason the maiden can open isn't the they're both pushing on the door. Keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. There'll be a really particular way of getting it to line up right. It opens both ways, surely they can figure it out. Apparently not. They both push at the same time, they both pull at the same time. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroyed the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step towards the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Toxic hero? I know words. We're gonna load this one. Yes, please. Tell her she better go home. Still a Yuri ending, he'll take it. You'd love to have all of the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. My dog wants in. Hello? Where'd you go? Where are you? He's juked me in my own way. There he is. Oh, snip. Please excuse me while I pet my dog. Yeah. Type shit. And he wants to go now. Bye, dog. You don't want to hurt her, but you also want her to leave in case anything bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat. Okay, it's just to get another trait. We're going to load here instead. Oh yes, little underling, get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. Guy who plays bad end theatre skips all the dialogue. Yeah, we've already seen the dialogue. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice comfy overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fell asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You wake to a knock on the door. The underling from earlier is back and brought some company. You thought you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. It looks like they took an unauthorized breakaway from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's the maiden. Yep. Yeah. You know? Lol. Yeah. Yeah, we've looped back here. Right, so... Does this exit the game? That one? Yes, I'd love to return to character select. So, we have a number of options now. I don't believe you, Grillaming. That being said, I am going to check anyway. Ari Gibson got arrested for arson. About fucking time. I know what he did. Nice, that's gone. Yeah. Okay, I did open Twitter to check anything, and I've seen that Liari has reposted the Nintendo of America announcement of the partner showcase, and has said, if there's a Silksong announcement, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm super happy for you guys. Yay! You're actually checking? That's so sad. Hey. I'm coping here. Help, another streamer I like to watch went live, so now I'm sensory overloaded from British dudes. That's a shame. You know? Right. If we are... What if we go... polite, antisocial, and then we just run as the hero? I'm getting sensory overload from British dudes literally every day. Welcome to the lifestyle. Ugh, swell. Yeah. You head off to adventure. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. We're gonna... Do we just never get to use diplomatic? Imagine being British Lumfowl. Well, as a citizen of... clicks a couple buttons on VPN. As a proud citizen of the Netherlands. Yeah, it sucks. What if I ask... Yeah, I'm still covered in blood. Anyway. Destroy... Is this new? Gang, is this new? You lunge forwards, driving your blade through the evil overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. After she takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The village is very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the greatest hero this village has ever seen. Triumphant hero. What if we go heroic, this, and... Oh, this means there are more options more often, I think. And we run as the underling for shits and giggles. Surely one of the endings is a good ending. Have we had a good ending? Oh yeah. Because we I didn't set Tyrant, wasn't it? We get to have a day off. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? Let's hear her out. Yeah. He's heroic, but not dutiful. Neutral end theatre, where all the endings make you feel okay. They seem to be getting along just fine, so it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. Come on, can we prevent this? They were going to plan a revolution anyway, no matter what we did. They want to hear if you're in or out. Being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to the cause. We've just heard about it in our defense. She's actually not so bad, you guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you. But before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Faithful underling end. True to our queen. True to our queen. I wish to load this one. Yes, please. What can we sabotage them? If you do the revolt, maybe then you can save the Overlord. We'll have to see. You tell them you were just joking. You clarify you're totally in it to win it. They say you're always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And all of this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. No matter which side we play, we always win. Except for the runs where we don't, but we save scum, so we survive it anyway. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. Sorry for that. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan! That could go wrong in so many ways. This fucking twink that I hate. Shiny Wooper. Not shiny. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. They'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution look a heck of a lot more fun, probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. Yes! Yes! You really didn't want it to come down to this. Yeah, right. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. I fucking hope so, Waff Cake. I fucking hope so. Join forces with the hero to fight back against evil. And not just... You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. We have to get all the endings, chat. We'll be doing the... No, we can't save her! No! Top one isn't a death? Yeah, but we killed the Overlord. If we die and wake up... If we wake up the Overlord... Yes, exactly. Chickening out might save her. If we wake up the Overlord and tell her about this whole usurper thing, and we die in the fight for her, shit's good. Yuri can continue. Chicken out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. Oh, we're just going to burn with her. Fantastic. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them that this is pretty fucked up, and ask to be let out again. Yuri, Real, and Twink found dead. The Overlord sits in her bed. While your head is turned, the demons shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord try to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Cowardly underling. Man... It should have been me, not him. You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat. So you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased, but only now realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, just as you have betrayed your Overlord. Level 1000 Overlord. Overlord underling ending B? What do you mean ending B? Yeah, now we have Coward here. How deep does this game go? So if we do these... if we go with Trusting, Tyrant, Obedient, and Run as the Underling again, I'm gonna actually BRB. We're gonna figure it out in a moment. What's bad end? Total 14 here. 6 out of 9. Nice. Nice. 2, 3, 3. 14 out of 41. Don't give up. Surely there's a good ending somewhere. I'm going to exit the theatre and I'm going to BRB and get some more. I'm going to get some water because I'm kind of thirsty and a lot of talking kind of does that to you. So, make sure you guys yourselves are hydrated, have snacks, whatever. Get a stretch, whatever. Make sure you're comfortable, and I'm gonna be right back. Type shit. Welcome back, everyone. Good luck with your golden runs, Roaming. And yeah, it'd be absolute cinema. Only recording game audio, but at least it would be really funny. Which is good enough reason to do anything, in my good opinion. Anyway, we have important business to return to doing, right? Such as trying to find the Yuri ending. What is this stream devolved into? This is arguably more down bad than the fucking Helltaker stream we did. Helltaker. Light years couldn't keep me. Anyway, yeah. Capture, please and thank you. Right. You are not hungry, you are not tyrannical, but you are antisocial? Let's run as the maiden, see if we can get something new with the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You were told that you were fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think how you haven't heard of that happening to anyone. But maybe demons haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You're in a church. You pray to your god. Yeah, word. Checking something quiet in the background, sorry. Yeah. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon. Just to, you know, see what happens. You know, it's actually crazy to think that everything that happened today, or in the day that keeps happening, everything happens on this day. Like, on this day, the maiden left, and coincidentally, so did the underling. Like, that's crazy. Not long into your little adventure, a little demon underling appears before you. It's pretty scary. We are going to... You know what? Anything can happen in a day. That's true. Shout for the hero? You apologize. You seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but we're not taking polite. Yeah. Overlord time. A hero comes and stops the revolution. It's like that shit Stalin said. What did Stalin say? What could Stalin possibly have said that applies to this game? Turns out she never had any plans. Yeah. Gratitude is a sickness suffered by dogs. I've been on BRB Waffcake. I'll be for real. Had a year. I have a plan, a 5-year plan. We're trying to find the extra attribute that we can give to the maiden. I was thinking of Lenin, my mistake. SMH, get better. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. Get lost. Would it be obey her or refuse to leave? I'm gonna overwrite the save because it's really sad to me and I don't like it very much. Imagine if Lenin didn't die. Yeah, word. Yeah, oh, is this just... Oh yeah, this is just execution. This is just execution. Also, if we don't find a suitable alternative, we'll be adding Yuri to John's name. Well, that's the crazed addition to your name then. Because we were worried about that at the beginning of the stream. Put your foot down and tell her we're not leaving. Yeah. Yeah. Ah! Now everyone's dead. I think we found the Yuri ending. Wait, how does Femboy Yuri work? I don't think Femboy Yuri works. It's called Yaoi. Or Yaoi, or however you say it. Bring a sip of my water. Genius. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. You don't know anything about Yuri. This is true. I haven't read too much. Please enlighten us. Hop on AO3 because apparently that's the place to go. Someone should recreate this game, but it's Lenin, Stalin, Trotsky, Bukharin, Kamenev, and Zinoviev. That is a throwback. Jeez. It's like it's when two girls like each other. Whoa. Confused, the hero asks what's going on. Oh. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. Yeah, well, he kind of killed her entire entourage. It's clear now you had been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after mother. Her entire. You were learning empathy earlier, please. Which one is the twink? Arguably. No, because that doesn't necessarily make him a twink. Anyway. You somehow managed to slip past the Overlords and make out of the blood-soaked castle. Never look back. Escaped Maiden End A. Damn? What if we do the same thing with Tyrant? What changes then? Yeah, well. Lurk will be right back. Thank you for lurking. Tell the demon your name. Explain you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking of how we feel to understand your role better. Oh yeah, ads in a moment, by the way. Horses are so beautiful. Should I play Uma something or rather, the horse racing gacha game or whatever it is? Would that be incredibly funny to do? That would be really funny to do, wouldn't it? There's a new Lord of the Rings game out now? I shouldn't be looking at this on stream. Anyway. Yeah. Uma Musume. Pretty Derby stream when, yeah. Honestly a fine idea, I suppose. How would you speak to the horse? Nay, you would never do that. Sorry. Awesome lesbian couple. Evil and intimidating hero. Yep. Yep. Yeah, well. Explain why you come. Yeah. What if the third attribute you can give the maiden is just gay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Is this the same thing? Yeah. Right, nothing changes if we go Tyrant. So if we go... What if we go that as well? Yeah. Oh, that just gets the Overlord killed. Arguably, that is just what happens. I'm gonna be polite this time. Yep, 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 yep. Bloodstained sword any second now. Yeah, there we are. Yep. Hey, we found it! We found it! Doomed Yuri! More Doomed Yuri! Protector. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this is the way that you'd die. Bob, how could you? Oh, Morphcake, you might have been in ads. We found you, Doomed you. My bad, I'll retire. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You are glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. Yeah, we're dying. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial Maiden. It was this one. Yes, please, I'd love to load. That's what I thought as a do nothing. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. I should be reading, jeez. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent, maybe. Right, so now if we go here, how can we possibly run this? Let's run it as the Overlord. Shit. Sure, go nuts. Don't eat anyone. Nice. So you think there's maybe one good ending if you select all the right options, or is it just going to be horrible? Is there going to be a good ending in the game titled Bad End Theater? You tell me, bud. It's Doomed Yuri. Yeah. Hi, Maiden. You have hope. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Let us stay for a while. Where's this hero? How can we fight him from the Overlord's perspective? It's probably her, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. I mean, there must be, right? Otherwise, it's just like, wow, I found all the bad endings. Wow, what a satisfying conclusion. Yeah, but then there's every chance that you play that it's like one of the first endings you find, and then you're super satisfied by the end. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. He shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about the castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save her. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The maiden shouts something behind you, and you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. It pierces her chest, and she falls to the floor lifeless. I'm going to quickly... Next page, please, or start overwriting all the saves. This one, sure. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. The hero has taken everything from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred of humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all, and become ruler of the entire world. Vengeful Overlord End A. So chances are there's a vengeful one for the demon uprising then. Oh yeah, I saved far too late. What if we just run it again and I make a different choice? I was gonna make a different choice, I don't remember what the choice was. Rather than the day off was what it was. To stay for a while. Oh no, I meant to, that's what I meant to do. Take off Martyr. So we just die at the end. You gotta stop following your heart, dude. Hey, I'm just, like, vibing, you know? Heavens forbid I enjoy a game I'm enjoying. Yes. Now we die at the end. So then, there was no one for this hero to save him. Your heart is washed, dude. Follow something cool instead. Why has it turned out like this? You feel a sudden sharp pain through your back. You look down to see a blade protruding from your chest. Oh, that was careless of you. So this is how you die. Stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right. Humans can't be trusted. Not if this is what they're capable of. You should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch as the hero takes the maiden's hand, leading her through the sea of corpses he had left in his wake. Captured by a demon, at least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Slain Overlord. Plus, we need to get endings, guys. Lock it. If we go disloyal, bad end. Yeah, we've got a few more endings now. Oh, this is how we see. Whoa. So if the hero is not dutiful, I'm going to take that off. And we were looking at this. So that loops back here, but we don't know what that is either. Possessive, disloyal. We're optimizing this now. This game is woke as fuck. I love a good flowchart, man. So true. And we run as the maiden? Oh, and there's two endings depending on whether the underling is disloyal or not. Right. Let's run it. You are a maiden. We are finding a new ending today. Not long into your adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It's pretty scary. Introduce myself. Yo, what's good, homie? I love Rose just staring at a flower for this. I'm thirsty today. I finished another pint of water. After a long walk to the castle, you were introduced to the Overlord. Explain why you've come, and she squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture the maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate humans. In the new update for the Undertale fan game, Undertale Red and Yellow, there's a woke option in the settings, with the settings not woke, woke, and super woke. Why he's so... because he's a silly little guy with no thoughts in his head. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, it doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. Please excuse my rather angry dog in the background. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden. She doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. You want to learn more about how she thinks. Yes. Yeah. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. We've seen this before. Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. Yeah. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with the Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Right, yeah. Hero enters the room. Yes. Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous, and the hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. If you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps on the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch, because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder. Is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? No, this is new. I think because we haven't seen it from the maiden's perspective, right? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way, like this was your destiny after all. The Overlord stops, or rather, someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all their blood. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent, save for the underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done. Even though it was awful, you feel like you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow the advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life. Recluse. Escaped maiden End B. Reset the stage, and this time you're not disloyal. See, this is like a 4x deserved combo. Everyone being the hero and the Overlord died in this, bro. Yeah. Yeah, you see, I don't know what this is. Yeah. That's pretty funny, the straight line to death. Right. Everything that has ever happened and could ever happen is deserved. I'm at peace with fate and the universe. Yeah. You know? So... Yeah. So we basically just do the same thing, but now he's not disloyal. Oh, we could just coward him. Little bitch. And then we burn together. Doomed Yuri. Yep. So Hero comes in, and he kind of like gets killed, I suppose. Yep. Hello. Possessive. See, things are falling into place now. Yep. You back yourself into a corner. Expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. Fate and the universe kind of mid, so true. Yo, what's up? It's your boy, John Bob Lemon Femboy Yuri back at you with another chat message. Wait, is this the Over Smash next? I mean, wow, how scary. You belong to the Overlord now. Excellent timing, Waff Cake. Oh no, what a What a terrible ending. What a bad end. Captured maiden, end A. The maiden becomes property of the overlord is the description of the achievement. Mid-end theatre? I mean, in theory. No, that's not right, because it's bad end. So if we look at the maiden now, yeah, we found it. But there's still something here which gets us here. That is something for... Oh, is that hero? What is the hero behavior here? Do we just have trusting on? Or is it is there like a fourth one we can find? Or should we try for this one? So meets them, obedient, trusting, return, die, return, disloyal, die, and then there's something else. Okay. So what could the hero do that's possibly different? Yeah, it's trusting. Yeah, we don't need possessive here. So if we get rid of possessive, that is a different one. Oh, there's another bad end there. They might have another couple natures that we haven't seen yet. But that might also not be true, because then it would be 4, 3, 4, 4 on natures. Who knows? We're gonna run it. Disloyal. Was that what we were going for? Yeah. Polite doesn't really matter. Yep. Yeah. There's a skip button, no? Yes, there is. Near the castle entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her! Wolfcake, get in it! John, it's happening! But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is a better place with less of them. It's gonna happen. This isn't right. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or ever. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You bust into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. What's going on? I was talking about France not being real. This is far more important. We might be actually saving the Overlord here as the maiden. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You are relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think that she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving behind the little one. We're going to burn to death again, no! You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that might have jinxed it, because now the entire room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the heroes wouldn't have stumbled into the situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left them as you were told, not only the Overlord would have been killed. Should have set the twink to coward, then it's good. We're going to do that next. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think, no matter what, you always strive for the path where everyone survives. If it exists, it simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claw into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout Maiden End. Reset the stage, and now you're a bitch. Introduce myself. Yeah. Oh, we just die anyway. Fantastic. Setting the twink to coward did not help. So... I deserved, I guess. I don't quite know what to do now. Shall we have a look at the twink? There seems to be a branching path here. So we go for doesn't matter. Oh, we're given day off. So that you are polite. We're going to leave the heroes trusting. Maybe? Yeah, this is starting to fry my brain. I'm going to turn all of this off for the hero, I think. Yeah, because it's something else here, by the looks of things. Possessive and then bad ending. Right. Let's run it. Let's skip. Hear her out. Let's kill the overlords. Time to die. And that is end. Damn. Me explaining to my family why that I can't go to bed yet. I need to find the optimal circumstances for Yuri. They would never understand peak like I do. So true. If we go with dutiful hero, and then try and do the same thing? Oh. If we go with just heroic then. Hear her out. Disloyal. Yeah, right. Yeah, we are missing something. Yuri is like a flower, it needs oxygen not to suffocate during a fire. Yeah. If we do this, set you to trusting, see if we can find anything. Tell them to get back to work. Better off to go. Let them go. You'd almost fallen. We've found something. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden and the hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your home. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. A group of demons start muttering about something going back to Plan A, and suddenly slam your door shut. Yeah, we're cooked. So this is how you die, burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should expect this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. There it is. We're going to kill him. You pierce their chest with your claws. They kill Twink. Kill him. Shoot that guy. The hero backs away. He is wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Spiteful overlords. Underling. I love the kind of women that will actually just kill me. Load here. Yes. Forgive them. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together. Overlord's true ending. That's the true ending? No! Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself? What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theatre! Is all the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you were shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theatre. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. You pieces of shit, give me my Yuri. I'm so tired. Can we have an indie game that doesn't have the author's self-insert break the fourth wall? True end, we burn to death. RIP. Anyway, yeah, we have merciful, but we still have this to find. Me when Hades. So true. Anyway, it is getting pretty late, and I can't think much. Head empty, very few thoughts. Yeah, the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it off here. No. I wish to exit the game. Yes. That's quite a roundabout path to exit the game. I'm so glad I have to leave too, and I won't miss any potential Yuri. Give it up. Give it up. It's not happening. I'm gonna move myself slightly to the side so the text doesn't do that. Yeah. I'm going to throw on light years again because I like this type stream. Especially because we keep burning to death. Especially because we keep burning to death. Anyway, right, what is the plan? Who are we gonna raid? I'm back. What did you miss? Everything, fish. Anyways, this game and stream is really fun. Absolutely. Overlord supremacy type shit. Yeah. Right, who are we going to raid? Let me have a look. Right. Do we want to raid into Kingdom Hearts or Dead by Daylight? We've raided these people before, so I'll leave it up to you guys. DBD or Kingdom Hearts? Can you stop typing? Not shiny. Can we raid? No. Whole load of doomed Yuri. Despair. Big goofy fan. Yeah. Thank you, fish. I think, you know what? We'll raid into Dead by Daylight. We're gonna raid the very lovely Crystal, friend of the channel, pops in every now and again. Very lovely friend. He's completely tangled. Please let me check whether I've spelled their name right. Shattered. Crystal. Yeah, I am so good at the spelling thing. Yes. Thank you everyone for joining in today and watching me devolve into watching and partaking in a lot of doomed Yuri. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you. Oh, Jasmine! Yes. Thank you all once again. Only like 50 more consecutive streams till I've enough points for VIP. This is John Bob Lemon Femboy Yuri signing off. Have a great day, everyone. And you. Raid and raid sub if you are subscribed. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a really fun stream. I might not stream this again, which is maybe really disappointing for you guys, but that's only because of how often it will be like, oh, will this thing work? And then it's skip, and then it's only a little bit of gameplay as far as gameplay goes. But yeah, I'll probably finish this game off for myself and by myself. You can't edges like this? Yes, I can. You know what? I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to democracy. Would you guys want to see more of this? Yeah. I can't believe you'll just hide the Yuri from us. Anyway, good night. Hope you're all well. And thank you so much for joining.